Valentik, Mr. Valentik, who is Deputy Minister on Agriculture and Environment. Thank you very much for having this opportunity to get together and discuss development of wood industry. And indeed, Russia's forest industry sees a number of challenges. Some of them are systemic challenges, accounting for the goals that were assigned to us by the president today. So today he even made them, he clarified them even more, and forest industry was marked as one of the promising strategic sectors of further development of agricultural sector. And I believe that many ideas and programs that are underway in Russia can be clarified or customized even better for Far Eastern region. And I believe that we have enough of developments accumulated, and I would like to share them with you during this session, and we will try to think over how we can bring them to reality. Please open my slides. I would start first of all with general characteristics of forest industry in Russia. So you see here main figures. The area of forest is 1,100,184 million hectares. The around 20 billion cubic meters are concentrated in forest, and this is 25% of all Russian forest. So we already discussed the issues faced by the forest industry at the closed round table. It was a sort of brainstorming session. So I have already voiced these figures, and these figures of the average production of 104 cubic meters, 45 of them comes from Far East region, and it includes Primorsky Krai, Khabarovsky region, Amursky region, Yakutia region. So we do have certain areas where there is substantial wood stock available, and overall the condition of the wood stock sets the perfect pace for its potential production. So in this slide, I would like to comment several figures. So the forest area or the forest volume is around 90.5 million cubic meters, and this accounts for, in 2014, the amount of forest produce was around 14 million cubic meters. We understand that this is an insufficient figure because around 20% of the goal was reached. We apply several formulas, equations that allow us to assess the amount of potential available wood stock. So we see serious prospects of potential increase of involving more wood plots into production. So of course it depends on governmental decisions in the sphere of economic and social development of Far East region. Therefore, we need to adopt specialized decisions, and these decisions need to be worked on. However, as I've said, we're facing challenges that need to be tackled before decisions are made. First of all, this is imbalance in terms of supply and demand of wood. We right now know that a lot of poor quality timber remains at the wood development area, and it's around 7 million cubic meter are out from 14 cubic meters that were produced. And this is the point where we should consider the options for improving the quality of timber. So right now we were thinking about constructing a large-scale wood processing plant that would feature high technologies and Right now, we can state that there is no project in any designing phase right now, even preliminary design phase. Another alternative for bioenergy, for this sector development, is bioenergy. We do have successful projects implemented in Arkhangelsk region. There is a regional program adopted on bioenergy projects development, and it perfectly fits other directions and development of other alternative sources of energy. And this program allows to provide for significant energy savings and cost savings of more than 100 million rubles. And I think that the regions should consider these opportunities. And my slide shows some calculations that will let you better picture and let you understand better how the region can save on that. As for timber products market in the Far East, it's largely export oriented, and 92% of round timber is used for post-processing, and it's used in the Russia. For lumber, 90% is being exported. Average cost of 1 ton of product is $56 US dollars, and in China, for example, they sell the end product at the price of 407 US dollars. Therefore, in 2014, along with the growth of the amount of produced timber, we are reducing the export of timber to other countries. The average price per 1 unit of prepared timber is lower than the average Russian price by 15%, and the export price is higher by 16%. So this provides for better position in export prices and raw material price costs. As for the leverages that would help improve investment appeal of Far Eastern region, let me elaborate on that a bit more. First of all, we need to provide for better information access and better information updates available to investors so that they have full and clear, crisp picture on their investment opportunities in this region, and particularly in timber industry. Today, for ready projects, we are prepared to provide regional support and federal support for investment projects. However, our wish would be the following, is that these areas would be further involved into Russian timber industry. The amount of timber processing that were funded from the federal budget were compatible with the volumes that were withdrawn from the program because the contracts were terminated or they simply expired. So the dynamics here is zero, and I believe it should be higher. Yes, I'm pressed for time, I think. Okay, I'll try to fit my remaining slides into the time allocated to me. There is an interesting part of using timber products for food purposes, and this segment has very high potential. According to expert review, we assess this market at 300 million rubles. If we will improve organization and administrative sides, it can grow up to 20 billion rubles. So in the near future, we have some developments to kick off. Now, transfer to intensive model of wood usage and development. Far East has the right to have their own regional norms. In the past, we used to have such norms and standards. These standards will allow to optimize the volume of extraction of wood from the forest and will also create the environment for restoration of wood. And this model also allows to use forest infrastructure in a more effective way. So I have materials that will provide better grounds for these ideas implementation. Some highlights on law amendments that were made and that contributed to improvement of investment image of forests. Federal Law 250 allows to make changes to lease agreements, and these improvements decrease the administrative burden and corruption risks. Also, there is another federal law 2206 that was adopted this July. It allows access of SMEs to wood industries without land plot allocations. So before 2009, we used another mechanisms. Right now, we do provide preferences for small and medium enterprises. Federal Law 415, it sets forth mandatory declaration of timber volumes produced. So there are no complaints about this system operation. We still need some more time in order to integrate it into better practice. Therefore, I believe that Far Eastern woods do have high potential and perfect prospects, and I believe that we can discuss it additionally offline. Thank you, and I wish you to have more.